Hello, everybody, and welcome to the weekly energy forecast for July 21st. We're going to be diving into the prediction for tarot and astrology for July 21st until the 27th. And right before we talked about tarot, I think right off the bat, we can say this is going to be a very intense week because we have a lot of astrology influence with the new moon in Leo opposing Pluto. So, Sophie, how do you feel? How are you?
I was already feeling this intensity in the last few days. I was already feeling that there was a lot of fog, a lot of Neptune energy, I would say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that hopefully we can get out of it. That would be nice.
Yeah, I think you were talking about like the Saturn Neptune conjunction, the almost perfect conjunction that we had last week. So yeah, there's still a lot of fog, a lot of intensity when like big planets like that collide together. So yeah, but I don't think this week is going to be the break, but let's see with the
Oh,
cards.
okay.
Let's see. And then we're going to talk about astrology. And I have a slide for you guys for the new moon in Leo.
Good. So let's see 3 cards for this week's energy for people watching live and on replay. What do we have for this week's energy? We have the card of solitude. It is a card of recluse, withdrawing, and silence. Silence can be good instead of drama. I prefer silence sometimes. Let's see. We have tied up, which is the energy of the 8 of Swords. And let's see the last part of this week. We have thief, rubber of time, money, and degradation. Okay, interesting energy this week. Let's use tarot for the second row. And of course, we're going to be helping you with how to get the best out of this week's energy. And yeah, what to be on a watch out for. So let's see what we have for this week energy. Underneath solitude, we have 6 of Wands. Underneath 8 of Swords, we have the Devil. Underneath the thief, we have judgment. So I think that this is a week where you have to be mindful of illusions a lot, because as we can see, the solitude withdrawing is with success. And this is often a card that is used for groups of people, like a crowd. So it's interesting how, and we have the recognition from the people. So it's interesting how we can have this illusion right in the middle with 8 of Swords and the Devil, and this withdrawal and this 6 of Wands. Sorry. So what I'm seeing out of this week is that basically you're going to have to go against what you're feeling a lot, because what you're going to be feeling may be fears, maybe fog, maybe insecurities, and to not act on those. I would say schedule for some social interaction, classes, workout, group with activities with groups, friends, or just groups in general, because you're going to realize that what you think is not the truth, is not the reality. So there is a big difference between what is being said in your mind and what you're maybe feeling in your body because of it, and what is really happening in your reality. The Devil with the 8 of Swords right in the middle, that's very interesting because swords are mental energy. And in this card of the 8 of Swords, when it's the typical card and not my Elvis card, it is a lady surrounded by 8 swords that makes a kind of a round around her, and with a blindfold over the eyes. So it's kind of a limitation with mind energy. Swords are mind and words and thoughts energy. So a limitation of the mind of to limit you with fear or illusions. If you have big project that you really want to do, I think that there could be fears of I'm not going to be able to do it, or I may not be good enough, or whatever it is. So it says basically this week just take small steps into getting out of your mind, getting out of your mind, out of your mental loop, out of your little cocooning in a sense, because your cocooning is turning against you, unfortunately, this week, with the purpose of testing how much control you can have over your thoughts that are not for your own good.
Wow. And also we have Mercury that just went retrograde. So it seems like it's connected to that. It seems like we have to discern like what thoughts are like sabotaging us, more what negative thoughts are actually not real and are part of our limiting beliefs, or um, more of maybe a deceptive way of perceiving reality that's further isolating us from the good stuff. But at the same time, there's this possibility to connect and have really good connection if we are able to bypass those limiting beliefs. If I understand correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget that we had the thief at the end. So that means that there's rubber of time, rubber of energy. So I would say that it is mainly if you go with your fears, you're going to spiraling down very easily this week. And the goal is to push your energy outside of that spiraling down, because outside, this is not what is there. The reality of the outside world is much higher frequency than what your mind is trying to do this week. So there could be an inner tower moment going on, and it's just about how can I recognize that I'm in the spiraling down and to reconnect with fact, reconnect with people, and getting out of this mental prison.
Well, I have a really good idea. If you would like to connect with a really high frequency tribe, and feel this feeling of being surrounded by really beautiful souls, I think this is going to be an amazing course. We're starting this week, and you still have a couple of hours, so until midnight Eastern time tonight, to take advantage of the discount code. So either the 10% off if you're taking this course only. So this is Practicing Tarot with Sophie and I. And we're going live. So the classes are going to be live classes every week for 5 weeks. And starting this week on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you are not able to attend the live, you'll also get access to the replay, lifetime access to the replay. So still a couple of hours. The promo is ending tonight. And also we have the same, well, not the same, but a different promo, which is really amazing if you'd like to take advantage of Tarot Level 1, 2, and 3 together. So this is a huge 50% off, which I don't think we're going to do again anytime soon. The code is package50, and still a couple of hours to join us. We are starting this Wednesday for the Practicing Tarot course. And don't worry if you're not 100% comfortable with all of the definitions for all the cards, because we're going to review them, and Sophie and I are going to give you advices and tips on how to easily give a reading with the knowing that you have right now. So join us over there. It's going to be really fun. And I think you're talking about like getting out of isolation and getting out of the old mental loops of feeling isolated and opening up to new positive energy. I think this group is going to be so good for that. So I think this is truly divine timing there. And the links are down below in the description box if you'd like to join us for either this course or the package. All right. Wow. This makes a lot of sense, if you were you're talking about, and I'm going to connect that with the astrology. So let's look at our calendar for the month of July. So now we're on the 21st. So this week is a really important week, I think, in our evolution as souls. Because first of all, tomorrow we're going to have the sun entering the sign of Leo. So this is going to be the start of Leo season, which I love. I'm a Leo rising. I love this energy of fun, play. It's where we live here. It's oftentimes where also people take their vacation, their summer vacation. So it fits perfectly with that Leo season, which is all about rekindling the joy within you, even love, romance, vacation, hobbies, fun things. Also, it's the energy of children. So doing activities with your children, if you do have some, or connecting with your inner child. So this is the energy that we're going to be under for the next month. But having said that, this Leo season is going to be very different, because we had Pluto enter Aquarius. So it's at the very beginning of the sign of Aquarius. So therefore, when the sun enters Leo season, the sign of Leo, in the first week at least, it's going to oppose Pluto. So it's going to be a very intense start to that Leo season. So as you can see here, when we have the new moon On Thursday in the sign of Leo, it's at 2 degrees. It's going to oppose Pluto, and the next day is going to be the exact Sun-Pluto conjunction. So throughout the whole week, this week, we're going to feel this opposition, and I'm going to tell you all about it. But whenever we have the Sun oppose Pluto, and now the Moon will join the Sun too for the new moon, it's an energy of power struggle. It's an energy also of discovering secrets, an energy of the light is shining on stuff that we didn't know happened. So yes, secrets, but also it can be regarding finances, which is also the energy of Pluto. Any kind of imbalance is being shone in our faces, basically. So let's talk about the new moon, where you're going to feel this energy throughout the week, and there's a lot of good positive stuff also to that new moon, because it's going to make a really good aspect to Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. So we do have other planets helping the game, but the main energy is going to be this opposition throughout the week. So there's good and there's bad, like usually, and here you can see visually. So this is going to be our little trio for the new moon on Thursday. Sun, Moon together with Mercury retrograde opposing directly at the same degree Pluto. So let's look at the slide that I made here. So although it's a new moon, so we're going to be starting new things. I think we can have lots of inspiration coming our way, creative sparks, new ideas, feeling inspired. Because it's opposing Pluto, which is the planet of death and rebirth. It's also calling for a rebirth in our lives and also calling for us to make more, let's say, conscious decisions about what do we want to surround ourselves with, being people. And I know, Sophie, you have been talking a little bit about that in your reading about getting, let's say, surrounded by people who uplift you, or you feel that you can be truly yourself with them, and that recharge your energy, recharge your battery. So I think this is going to be probably one of the big lessons of this week, that you need people, and we are social creatures, and Pluto's in the sign of a very social sign of Aquarius. So it's kind of helping us discern who are supporting our evolution right now. So there's this idea of endings because Pluto is there. So something is likely going to end either psychologically, and let's hope it's, let's say, some kind of limiting beliefs that are ending for you. But endings are making room for more love, joy, and fun in your life. So it's a powerful new moon because the sun is in its sign, in the sign of Leo, and the moon is there. So moon, sun together celebrating the sun in a very sunny sign of Leo. So there could be a new inspiration, idea, creative spark. There's a new positive energy that wants to emanate in your life. And that comes out from a cycle that is closing. So there's this energy of renewal, having a big reset, but through fun, through positive stuff. So the more I think you're going to create, let's say, opportunities to have more fun, to play, to be with people you love, children, to activate your inner child, to do fun stuff. Let's say, for example, I'm going to be dancing again. I started that last week again. So this is, for me, is helping to connect with my inner child and connect with people also that have the similar frequencies. So I think this is going to be what's going to be helping this big rebirth this week. But also, of course, because Pluto is opposed to this energy, there could be abrupt transitions, endings, also end of some social circumstances, friendships, networks, social events. So all the things that are related to social themes could be ending, or maybe a way of perceiving your social life, your friendships. Something is changing around that sphere that's allowing you to connect with even more authenticity, even more of your own light. And again, I wrote here, surround yourself with people that amplify your light. And also a big thing, we're not going to be no longer willing to follow trends or groups if they don't resonate really deeply. So I think a lot of people are going to ditch some trends or some movements because they, in the past, maybe wanted to feel accepted, but now we're like, no, my sense of authenticity is too important. My peace, my joy, my light is too important. And of course, because Pluto's opposed, some of us could be experiencing situation with control, power struggles, manipulation, outside blockages because it's in opposition. So something outside of you, out of your control is happening. Secrets coming to light, dark stuff from the past coming to light. But nonetheless, this is all happening for us to go back to old sources of joy, connecting with our inner child. And some also could receive money or what's being owed to them, and probably with some kind of confrontation because it's an opposition, but still there could be some kind of reward there. So yeah, this is what I have. And again, Saturn and Neptune are going to be helping this new moon with Uranus. So there's a lot of positive, but also we're shifting away from maybe old limiting beliefs and old stuff from the past that we need to close in order to find more of our inner light. So does that resonate with what you were getting?
Absolutely. Yes. And just also being able to control your mind when it's spiraling so you get to a place of your inner strength.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, very intense week. Let us know if that resonates with you. Do make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And just before we go, every Monday we post the schedule for the week. So, do check that out on the community of YouTube or also in our own community, which is free to join. I'll put the link down below. And also, if you'd like to book a consultation, that might be helpful, especially when we have more stressful times or times of big crossroads in our lives. That might be a time where you'd like to hear some more guidance from your guides. So if that's the case, I'll put the link down below and you can choose between the 30-minute pre-recorded tarot reading with Sophie, which you're going to receive a private video link within 2 weeks. Answering to your personal questions. And then we have an hour live reading, the tarot reading or the past lives reading. And for all of those 3 choices, you can use a discount code Jupiter, which will give you 10% off your next reading. Sophie, I know you're away now, but you're still making some room for your consultations, right? So how are things going in that matter?
I think the next appointment are in 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. So this is still very soon. If you have any concern, anything that you want to check. And yes, there is a 30 minutes also pre-recorded that is about the same time.
Awesome. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a nice time where you are. Sending you much love. I hope you guys are going to have a fabulous week filled with revelations and positive stuff happening to you. Lots of love. And see you very soon. Bye, everybody.